Hello everybody, so today's video I'm going to show you guys how to make this pretzel headband. So if you guys want to learn how to make this, then let's just get started. Here's going to be the tools that you'll need. You'll need assorted needles, pins, and elastic straps. You can find any of these at your local craft stores. Next up, you'll need scissors. I just have fabric scissors, and of course you need to have your fabric. So this fabric has flowers on it, and the little white dots has fuzz on it, which I think is really cool. Next up, I'm just going to lay my fabric on the floor, and trust me, you do not need this much fabric. So next, I'm cutting an 18 inches by 18 inches square, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I think that 18 inches is the perfect width and thickness, so it's not too thick and it's not too thin, but it is really up to you. So if you want to be thicker, then add a few more inches to it. If you want a little bit thinner, then of course take away a few inches. So that's basically all the fabric that you need. Of course you could buy them in squares, that will also work. Now since we have our square, we're going to cut it into 3 sections. So since I have 18 inches by 18 inches, now it's going to be 6 inches by 18 inches. So you get 3 parts. And again, if you cut it and it's not right, it's okay, because I kind of cut in mine pretty badly. But once we sew it and everything, it will look perfectly flawless. So when we're done, we'll have 1, 2, 3 sections. Next off, I'm just going to fold my fabric in half. Now you want to make sure that the fabric that you want showing is actually flipped under. So when you sew it and you reflip it, the fabric actually shows. So I'm just going to be lining where I'm going to put my pins in. So when I sew it, it lines up evenly. Next, I'm going to take a needle and thread. Now, if you don't feel comfortable sewing, you can also use fabric glue as an alternative. Now, I'm actually going to hand sew this just because I don't know how to use a sewing machine. But if you do have a sewing machine, it will be much easier, so definitely use that. So when you're finished cutting the access thread, just unpin everything that you pinned. And then once you finish a step, then make sure that you unfold it. So now once we unfold it, we should get our fabric peeking out. And of course the side is really nice and it looks really nicely stitched, but let's just say it wasn't really. So again, repeat these steps for the last 2 fabrics also, because you do need 3 of these. So now since we have 3 of them, just take one of them away. We'll use that later. But now we're going to be focusing on the little pretzel shape. So we're going to take 2 of them, fold it on top of each other like I'm doing right here. And make sure that the stitching is on the side. And if it's not on the side, just fold it like how I'm folding it right now. Or you can even iron it if you want to. Like every night. So now to get that really nice pretzel shape, we're going to make 2 teardrop shapes out of it. As you guys can see, it looks like a teardrop. And we're just going to pull it together and it's going to give us that pretzel-like effect. Now we're going to sew them together. You can also use fabric glue if you don't want to sew it. And remember to sew both sides. Now to make the back of the headband look really scrunched up like it was bought at the store, we're going to be using elastic. Now when we cut our elastic, we want to make sure that's about 1 or 2 inches shorter than the fabric itself. And the reason why we're doing this is, again, so it gives us a scrunch-like effect. And when we wear it, it actually fits in our head better. So when we're done cutting it, we're just going to pull it through the fabric and sew it.
like every night.
So when you finish sewing the elastic, you just want to sew it along with our other piece that we just made, or the pretzel piece in this case. And when you're done cutting off excess fabric, then you're basically done. So super fun, super cute, and it's really easy to make. It's super perfect for spring and summertime, and you can always rock it with your friends. You guys can always be twinning. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!